In this video, I wanted to give you a thorough walkthrough on how to collect each wet floor bot within the game and get to Glamrock Bonnie. In case you didn't know, in Bonnie Bowl, if you've deactivated every wet floor bot within the game, a new one will spawn in the corner of the bowling alley. If you then go deactivate that, a hidden door will open and you will gain access to a back room where you can find Glamrock Bonnie destroyed on the ground. Within this video, I will be going through Ruin chapter by chapter and showing you where every single wet floor bot is within the game. So in order to legitimately access Glamrock Bonnie, you actually need to go through the game 100% fresh. You can't go through the chapter system. The chapter system is actually bugged right now, and if you go through it that way, you won't be able to get to Glamrock Bonnie. So you have to create a new profile and go through the game starting from scratch. There are a total of 27 wet floor bots throughout the entirety of Security Breach Ruin. There are 4 in Chapter 1, 5 in Chapter 2, 4 in Chapter 3, 3 in Chapter 4, 4 in Chapter 5, 3 in Chapter 6, and 4 in Chapter 7. So first things first, let's start off with Chapter 1. First, head to the place where you collect the Vanny Mask. After collecting the Vanny Mask, go to the end of this hallway and open the door. Just past the door, you'll find your first wet floor bot. Next, head to this area with the second parrot node. Head to the back left corner of the section, where you'll find one hiding behind this log. The next 2 you can find in the same room. Head to the electrified door that was previously closed and walk in. The first wet floor bot will be right in front of you in this corner. The next one will be just to the right of that one in a further corner. And that's all there is in Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2. The first one you'll find in Chapter 2 is right after hopping out of the TV. Once you jump out of the TV, turn to your left and there's one right there. Next, head to the second generator within the daycare, and you'll find one after hopping off the ledge. The third one you'll find within Superstar Gift Shop, and you'll find it right behind this forklift. The next 2 you'll find within the actual theater. One is behind this scissor lift, and the other one, you have to go up here, and then back down, and then up these stairs, and then put on your Vanny Mask to head through this door. Once through, you'll find a tunnel that leads right to the wet floor bot. And that's all of them for Chapter 2. Let's move on to Chapter 3. The first one you'll find in Chapter 3 is actually just by this terminal. Head down the slope with your Vanny Mask on, and you'll see a teleporter. Go through the teleporter and you'll end up on the stage, where you'll find the first floor bot. The second one can be found near the end of the catwalks. Hop through this wall and you'll find it just on your right. Next, reroute the gator gondola and take it back up to the top. Once there, turn around and go back whence you came. Go down this slope, and at the end you'll find a door. Turn to your left and you'll find the wet floor bot right there. The last wet floor bot in this area is actually in the Chica's section. First, go through this area and past the first terminal. Once you turn the corner, you'll find the wet floor bot right there. And that's it for this chapter. Let's move on to the next one. The first wet floor bot you'll find in Chapter 4 is actually just in the bathroom in the back of the Chica's bakery. The next one you'll find is through these doors after completing the node. Go straight and then turn left at the first intersection and you'll find it right there. The next one you'll find in this big weird glitch room. Follow it all the way down until you meet in the middle where there's a waterfall. Walk through the waterfall and there he is. And that's the last one for this section. Next we're headed to Roxy's beauty salon. The first one you'll find right past the double doors where Roxy jumps at. Just go left up the stairs and here it is. The next 2 you'll find right beside each other. Head towards the third node, and once you go past there, go past the camera system, and you'll find one on the left and one on the right. The last wet floor bot you'll find in this section is actually just past the 2 we just were at. Head to the next node, and then go towards the bathrooms. It'll be in the bathroom on your right, just left of the door. And that's the last one for this chapter, so let's move on to Chapter 6. The first one in Chapter 6 is actually just in this left door over here. Once you walk in there, it'll be right in front of you. The next one is just after the Roxy section. Instead of heading left, go straight past these porta potties. You'll find it in the back corner. The last one, just after the Roxy cutscene, head into the building and you'll find it in the far right side of the room. That's the last one for this chapter, so let's head on to the final chapter. The first one in Chapter 7 is just in the main office area where you first start. It's just on the right. The next one you'll find is actually just left of the door that you have to open up. You'll go down the hall and it's there. The next one, you actually have to open up that door and head in. Once you head in, you'll find it right in front of you next to a pool table. And the last one of this section is actually just behind the area you just opened. Head to the back there and you'll find it just to your right. Now once all of these wet floor bots have been deactivated, go down to the actual bowling alley area and head to the far right corner. Once there, you should see that a new wet floor bot has appeared. Head over to it. This is the final wet floor bot you have to deactivate, and once it's deactivated, it'll open up this secret door. Walk through the door, and you'll find none other than Glamrock Bonnie. As you can see here, Glamrock Bonnie is just laying on the ground, completely destroyed, shattered, eyes glowing. Looks like a bowling ball was like smashed over his head. Just absolutely ruined to bits. He's been smashed. He's also surrounded by wet floor bots everywhere. And interesting thing is, if you deactivate all these wet floor bots, it actually turns off Glamrock Bonnie's eyes. This has been a full guide on how to actually find Glamrock Bonnie legitimately. You go through each chapter and follow these instructions, you'll get there. And I'm going to leave this video off with a couple cool shots I got on Glamrock Bonnie. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you found it informative, consider liking and subscribing. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good day. See ya.